Sorry for the close-up shot. Here's my hiking introduction. I'm out today in Duke Forest in North Carolina, where I live. Sorry, keep trying to keep myself in frame. Figured might as well get used to conditions that I'll see in North Georgia in February, which is 34 degrees and pouring down rain. Hiker introduction. My name's Julian. I'm gonna go by JC for now until I get another trail name. I'm 50. I turned 51 a few weeks in. While I'm hiking, I'm an educator. My employer has been kind enough to grant me a sabbatical for the spring semester so I can fulfill a long-term dream of trying to hike the AT, which is essentially a celebration of being 10 years, 11 years, cancer-free. Done a fair amount of backpacking in my life. Did a NOLS course, National Outdoor Leadership School course, my junior year when I was in college. Sorry, I'm not looking at the camera. I'm looking at all the mud puddles and the roots on the trail. Anyway, always kind of turn to the outdoors for a little solace, a little grounding. And after surviving a serious health diagnosis at 40, this was sort of my reward for staying healthy and making better life decisions for the last 10 years. Hiked a lot of the AT in North Carolina and Virginia, Tennessee. Done a little day hikes in Georgia, but never such a long stretch, obviously. Trying to hike the whole thing. I am a club soccer coach, and I do know in mid-March I'm gonna have to take some time off the trail. A team I've been coaching since some of the players were 11 years old is in their final tournament of their careers, and I don't want to miss that. So anyway, I'm getting a little training and hike out here in the pouring down rain. I'll show you the trail here in a second, but that's a little bit about me. After I finish this hike, probably do a gear video to show you my house, not in the rain, what I'm taking. As you notice, I am wearing a mask. Plan to take mask with me. Fortunate enough to hit the trail with the vaccine in me, so I'm feeling a little more comfortable about that, and doing my part to keep the people I'll come across safe as well. All right, my hand's freezing and my arm's about to fall off, so let me show you the trail and then I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye. Just a little shot of the rainy trail. Really cool part of Duke Forest. Trail goes right along New Hope Creek, which empties into, I believe, the Haw River or Jordan Lake, one of the two, close to where I live. All right, see ya. Okay, so I'm back at home after my hike. I figured I'd just go through my pack and pull everything out and show you what I'm taking. To start with, Enlightened Equipment rain pants, got Dirty Girl gaiters, talked about my La Sportiva Wildcats. I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, that these Gore-Tex socks that I'm wearing are wet on the inside, but I'm gonna take them off in a little bit and check them out. So, outside of the pack gear, got the umbrella. Had this for probably 4 or 5 years. I hiked through the Smokies a couple summers ago, not a couple summers ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and it rained a ton, and I hated it the first part of the hike, and then got this halfway through and finished, and I was like, I'll never not hike with an umbrella ever again. I use Lecky Legacy trekking poles. Used the Micro Core poles for a while, but then I got these that have the double locks on them for using for tent poles. I got a little homemade Reflectix on my Nalgene. When I did my Knowles course, they were like at night, if you're really cold, boil some water, put it in your Nalgene. Put it in your sleeping bag. So my hope is that with the Reflectix on the Nalgene bottle and some boiling water, I'll actually be able to have some unfrozen water in the Smokies in a couple, 3 weeks, whenever I'm up there. Let's see, other worn wear, Patagonia Houdini wind shirt that is a little wet, so I'm going to get rid of it. Columbia short sleeve, icebreaker long sleeve that's soaking wet, so in a few minutes I'm going to get out of this wet stuff and take a hot shower, which I'm not going to be able to do while I'm out hiking. This is just an REI Runner baseball cap, super cheap, super light. On my chest I wear this 3-pack, and I really like it. It's super convenient. It's got like a easy to grab pouch right here where you can keep your phone on days when it's not raining. I'm taking a Garmin InReach Mini. Let's see what else is in here. I use a Sawyer most of the time, and Eloise Robbins, who has a social media profile, Fun Size I think was her trail name. She's a triple crowner, and I reached out to her one day after she posted something for the trek, and she was like, yeah, I use the SteriPen just because it's nice to not filter water in the winter. So I got the SteriPen, and I think I'm going to use it for as long as it is cold outside. Just, taking off your gloves to filter water when it's 15 degrees is not something that sounds a whole lot of fun, but keeping your gloves on, turning this thing on and storing it through your bottle, I just have to keep it warm along with the Garmin. I will keep those in my sleeping bag at night. Let's see what else is in here. Eye drops, eyeglasses, sunblock, some lotion for when my feet get all gross and wet like they are today. Tiny Swiss Army knife with some nail clippers on them. Keeping my hiker wallet in here, and maybe a snack or two. Looks like I got a granola bar and my mask in the outside pocket. Okay, moving on. Oh yeah, also, and I've bought these REI rain mitts. I've had them for a long time. They're like most things Gore-Tex, they don't really keep you dry. Today it was raining so hard. At one point I stopped and took them off and hung them up on my trekking poles so that they were stuck in the ground and water was just pouring out of them. But what they do is they keep you warm. So rain gear doesn't really keep you dry, it keeps you warm. I probably should have worn my raincoat today, but I do like that wind shirt because it's real breathable. I think there's the Dutchwear DCF pack cover, and my pack is the ULA Circuit. I've had it for probably 4 or 5 years. I used to own an Osprey, and I got this, and there are lighter packs out there, and I have a ULA CDT that I'm going to use when it gets warmer. I just, hands down, this pack is so incredibly comfortable to wear. It's just easy. It just fits my body perfectly. It's the right size. Got a little shoulder pocket. Keep more stuff in here. Headlamp, earpods, or whatever. Hip belt pockets are huge, good for snacks on one side. On the other side I got some gloves and a buff that are surprisingly not that damp after walking in the rain for most of this morning. Strap to the top, Z-Packs Duplex. Yeah, I'm guilty of the YouTube dad thing. And so anyway, good tent, bomber. And I'm real comfortable with it, and I'm used to condensation on the inside and everything like that, but I got a towel that I wipe it down with when I'm in there. Toiletries kit and deuce of spades. Got some wet wipes, TP. Carrying a little portable bidet, and it's more to use to wash my hands because I can put a smart water bottle on its side and put the bidet in there, and then I can kind of do that with my elbow in the bottle and it'll squirt water up, and then I can use that. I'm taking soap for the first time. I usually just do hand sanitizer, but with COVID and everything, I think it's just good to have more sanitizing products. Got got some El Cheapo Croc knockoffs that I got at Walgreens a few years ago, and they are a lot lighter than regular Crocs, but they work pretty well for me. I think they're called Hounds. Yeah, weigh about 8 ounces. Camp shoes. Yeah, okay. Whatever. Yeah, I kind of like them. It's nice to get out of wet shoes at the end of the day. Here's my raincoat, a Lightning Equipment vest. We'll have that on days like today. Polycro ground sheet. Bought a little window insulation kit and cut it in half. That's my ground sheet for the shelters. Got 2 oven bags. If I can't get a solution with these waterproof socks, I'll use oven bags. But I might also use these like in camp with my shoes on when it's raining outside. Got a bladder, CNOC, the 2-liter. Yeah, exactly. I'm also going to carry a small smart water bottle. It can fit in this holster right here. Today, however, I had my umbrella. I got the little Gossamer Gear clip for the umbrella and put it through these zip cord things right here, and just had that on all day. But I'll get that other water bottle too. I'm gonna use these tiny micro spikes. They're called Chainson City spikes. A guy who lives in North Carolina who made a couple of through hike attempts and had some YouTube videos, Greg P on the AT. I saw him use these and I messaged him. He was like, you know, they're not bomber, but they're a lot lighter than Catullus. You know, I think they weigh like 3 ounces for the pair, 4 ounces maybe. A little homemade bag I made for them out of a sil nylon stuffed sack, which I can't seem to get to fit back together. But anyway, that's going to help me not slip and break a leg when I'm in the Smokies or still in the winter. Okay, yeah, everything on the outside right there. Now on the inside, lock sack, yeah, that one. Just huge Ziploc bag for food, pee bottle so I don't have to get out of the sleeping bag in the middle of the night. I used to hang bear bags all the time, and I just kind of decided that saving time with using an Ursack, you know, like at the end of the day, after you've hiked for a long day, you know, 15 to 20 miles, like, and you get to camp and you're like trying to rope around the limb, and you got to find a limb that actually works, or you can just walk 100 yards from your camp and find a nice sturdy tree and a branch and tie this thing to it. And you know, I use the PCT hang and all that stuff, and I mean, like, if a bear's gonna get your food, a bear's gonna get your food. So at least this will, like, I don't know, maybe I'll have crushed bear food, whatever. Sit pad, extra sleep pad. That's Gossamer Gear 1/8 inch pad. Kind of like it. Relatively new addition to the kit. Works great. Nice and light. Thermarest X-Therm. I went with the size large. Sleep is really important. And yeah. On the outside, these are pad attachment. The double quilt attachment strap from Enlightened Equipment. I have a fair amount of Enlightened Equipment stuff, and it just works well for me. Trying to decide about a small canister or a large fuel canister, and I may go large since it's going to be cold when we first start, but we'll see. This is just a little Ziploc 2-cup bowl with screw-on cap that I made a little cover for. I could do it for coffee. This will be my cup in the morning and keeps things kind of warm, or might be a bowl for oatmeal or whatever. What's kind of nice about it is, you know, in terms of cleanup, you can put some hot water into here and you can walk away from your campsite and you can do this. And the agitation does help clean your bowl out a little faster than cleaning out your pot. Small microfiber towel for wiping down the tent and wiping me down. Thought a lot about cook kits. I'm going with sort of my tried and true. This is the Evernew 0.9 liter wide pot. I've made some cozies on the outside for it, and the lid seems to be jammed down in there. This thing is a little bigger. I have the 7-liter or the 8-liter pasta pot also that I'll probably get once the weather warms up. But this is
kind of nice. Excuse me, this is 0.9 liter. And it's kind of nice to almost be able to fill up the Nalgene with boiling hot water. Soto Amicus stove inside of here. I really like it. It's sort of windproof, mini Bic. Some stuff for cleaning out. I got a little GSI scraper for the pot. Okay. All right. Gotta stay dry kit. Power plug in here. Got a little dual port USB wall plug for recharging batteries and everything. Sharpie. A couple of cords. I got an iPhone cable and then a USB cable. Anker 10,000 milliamp battery. My med kit is not huge. Body glide, earplugs, a little bit of duct tape. I've got some Cuban tape and some whatever the Sil nylon tape is for repairs. A couple of bandages, Advil, Aleve, that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, I forgot to say my headlamp is the Nitecore NU25. It's also rechargeable, so the stereo pin, the GPS, and my phone obviously can all go off that battery right there. And then this is kind of a dry sack, so it keeps everything really dry. Okay, on to clothes and fun stuff. Stuff sack for the, inflation sack for the Xtherm, and got some feathered friends goose feet gear down booties. These things are awesome when it's really cold outside. Little Sea to Summit pillow. I can't remember which model this is, but it's the one that's got kind of fuzzy stuff on it. I kind of like it. Pillows are pretty nice. Yeah, inflation sack. Darn tough socks. I'll probably wear one pair and carry three. I don't know about these waterproof socks. Yeah, anyway, we'll see. I might just be doing plastic bags on the outside. Toyota Apex jacket from Enlightened Equipment. Size large, works for me. It's synthetic. I got a knockoff Melly. I mean, I say this with utmost respect. If Melanzana was smart enough, they might actually sell online. But anyway, Judy from Lightheart Gear, based in Fletcher, North Carolina. Go look them up. Great gear company. She makes a Melly sort of replica. The hood's a little big. It's bigger than what I think a Melly hood is. It's probably designed for people to wear with a climbing helmet on underneath it. But man, this thing is toasty warm. Really good product. And I love the kangaroo pocket on it. Patagonia jogger pants. I'll use these as my everyday pants. Okay, lots of stuff deep down inside of here. So I'm thinking, we pack our fear, so I'm a little nervous about being really cold. I have a 10 degree Enlightened Equipment Enigma with a draft collar that I just got recently, so it's a little more accurate. It's not like 10 degree survival, probably 10 degree comfort, whereas the older ones were probably 10 degree survival. But then on top, I'm going to do Revelation Apex quilt, which is synthetic, and for those who are in the know, you perspire at night. Having that condense on the outer edge of your down bag and getting in the down is just not good. So this will allow the moisture to permeate through the down bag completely and get into this thing. It's Apex insulation, and then also in the morning, I get up out of the bag and I want to wrap up in it in camp along with my jacket if it's really, really cold. Then yeah, there you go. I think I'm feeling sleep clothes here. Icebreaker 250 merino long sleeve shirt, an extra pair of boxer briefs, some more socks. Oh, I know I have some leggings in here somewhere too. Smart wool leggings, smart wool beanie. When I'm hiking during the day, I'll have this hat on. If it's really cold, I'll use this merino buff. This is just an REI. Oh yeah, these gloves are REI fleece also. I hope these are going to be enough with the shell on the outer layer, like if it's really windy, super cold temps. Can find out one way or the other. And I think last, yeah. So this is the Enigma down, and the Revelation was the Apex. So, and then trash bag liner on the inside. All right, that's about it. It's time for me to go put on some dry. Absolutely great what a pair of warm and dry clothes can do for you after walking around in the rain for hours on end. I do realize, of course, I say too much in my videos and probably talk too slowly also, so I hope you've sped through this point. The last thing I want to say is I don't think I'm going to do a ton of YouTube videos. I just did this just to try this out and see what it's like. I'm kind of not wild about having to try and think about making videos all the time while I'm hiking. I'd rather just enjoy the hike. I don't know. Maybe I'll do some here and there, 2-week blocks or something like that. I'll give it a shot, but no promises. I'm more of an Instagram and a blogging kind of guy, and I have both of those set up already. You can find me on Instagram on JC on the AT with underscores between all of those words. Or I think you just probably search for JC on the AT and you can find me. And the link to my blog is at that profile. Last, I wanted to say thanks to a few folks. First, for my employer who is trusting in me to give me this time off, and I greatly appreciate my colleagues who are picking up the slack for me at various points in my roles that I do for my job. Secondly, my ex-wife and my 3 daughters who are all tolerating in some cases and or encouraging me on this journey. And girls, I love you. I'll miss you a ton, and you make me proud to be your dad every day. Thanks for being you. My significant other who is supporting this and is going to try and come see me along the way and probably drop me off at down in Georgia. I really appreciate your support. I have several friends also that are willing to help and pick up and let me stay at their house and do laundry and take a shower. Once I went onto social media, I got a lot of responses from folks and friends of friends. It means a lot to me to have people who are willing to help me out. It makes me feel a little more comfortable than just thumbing a ride from anybody. But I know that'll happen too. The last one is to say thanks to 2 former thru hikers, 50/50, who I met on McAfee Knob on Thanksgiving morning. 50/50, you can correct me, I think it was 3 years ago. He was finishing up a long journey for his thru hike, several sections. Started in Georgia in February and gotten on and off trail multiple times, but finished the whole thing in Harper's Ferry, and we crossed paths on Thanksgiving morning, and it was a really fun time to talk to you. But thank you for answering all the questions I've asked of you, and I appreciate your advice and your input. And the last one is to Princess Leia, who I believe, she can correct me, but I think she thru hiked in 2016. And she's one of my former students, and as an adult and a mentor, it's great to have a student who you see as one of your role models. But anyway, super great lady, and been a wealth of resources and information. So thanks to both of those folks for answering all my crazy questions, and I find that every day I'm kind of have a mix of just being incredibly excited to get going and total panic for what I've signed up to do. So I think that's a pretty common human emotion. Okay, thanks for watching the video, and if you want to subscribe, great, but like I said, I don't know if I'm going to publish a ton of content on YouTube, but we'll see how that goes. Okay, thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good day.